Hi, this is Richard Barrett for Guitarist magazine, and I'm here to show you two of the Squier Paranormal series. The guitar I'm holding is the Paranormal Jazzmaster XII. This is similar to a guitar you'll have seen in the hands of Pete Townsend in the 60s. Jimmy Page recorded Stairway to Heaven, and I think song remains the same on a similar guitar before the double neck, the Gibson double neck, came into common use. This guitar is bolt-on neck, as you'd expect, 25.5-inch scale. It's got the split Cluson type vintage tuners at the headstock. You can see the string tree arrangement. We've got quite a lot of strings to manage here. Narrow, tall vintage frets. Very low action on this shallow C-shaped neck. It's a laurel fretboard, and you can see that we've got quite an interesting bridge here as well, which is half top-loaded and half through-body strung. The standard 6-string strings, if you like, are through-body strung, and the higher octave and unison ones are top-loaded. I'll get into the electrics in a minute, but first I've got to say that this is a very in-tune 12-string with a really resonant, loud, bright sound. I'm going to strum it just acoustically for you. And that translates really well through these pickups. As you can see, we've got a 3-way toggle here that does the job you'd expect. We've got a Jazzmaster type pickup in the neck and in the bridge. Master volume, master tone, and of course the front mounted jack. Would recommend normally having an angle plug there. So let's have a listen to the neck pickup. This guitar has quite a high output. We're plugged into the studio's Vox AC15 and we're getting more drive than we expected. If I combine the two, just a little bit chewy, which is nice. The bridge adds a lot of mids into there. They're fully adjustable though, as usual, so I'm guessing you could trim that to how you wanted it. I actually quite like it with the bridge giving us a bit of a boost. Another thing that's worth pointing out about the bridge of this guitar is that you have the facility to adjust each string on the intonation, either with the traditional method or the saddles with a grub screw holding them down. So it's quite a fiddly business, but luckily it's come out of the factory with a nice low action and plays in tune. So that's quite impressive. Another point worth noting is that this neck, as well as having the conventional truss rod accessible at the nut end, which is really convenient, this is also graphite reinforced, so it's more stable. Okay, let's have a look at the Paranormal Custom Nashville Strat. As you can see, this guitar ramps up the paranormal aspect by mixing up two of Fender's most popular designs. And the experience of sitting here and playing this is a little bit like playing a bound edge Tele, but then you realise you've got a Strat headstock and you've got a Strat pickup in the middle. It's got a lot of features in common with the 12 in that we've got this lovely C slim neck. We've got the laurel fretboard, the same fret wire, the vintage tool, 25.5-inch scale again, and the split shaft vintage type tuners. This bolt-on neck has a 9.5-inch radius, which is something I should have also mentioned about the 12. We have Tele bridge pickup, through body stringing, a Strat pickup in the middle, and of course a Tele neck pickup. And like the 12, these are in-house designed by Fender with Alnico magnets. We have the master volume and master tone you'd expect from a Tele, but they've actually flipped. A very popular modification on Teles is to reverse the controls so that you've got the volume control there handy for doing your Roy Buchanan type swells and the pickup selector here. Now, This opens up another thread in that we have a 5-way pickup selector, as you might expect with these 3 pickups. So perhaps it's time to have a listen to some sounds. I'm plugged into the Studio AC15 again with a pretty much clean tone. No shortage of tele brightness there. Combining it with the middle. Strat middle pickup on its own. Strat middle and tele neck. You could get a great funk thing happening actually. And the tele neck, which is warmer than a Strat pickup. But it doesn't end there. I need to start again from the first position, and now I can pull up the tone control and add in the sounds that aren't normally available with a 5-way selector on a 3 pickup guitar. So with this up and the bridge pickup selected, I now have bridge and neck, which is that middle position tele sound. If I go on to position 2, where I've got these 2 happening, I've got all 3 happening now. So it sounds quite snappy. It's that kind of Knopfler type sound with a little bit more bottom end from where I'm sat. Next, we get into some duplicates of sounds really, but I might as well talk through them in case there's any doubt in anyone's mind. So in this middle position, we have, of course, the middle pickup, and we also have the neck pickup added, because this is basically switching on the neck pickup. So we have that sound already when we go to position 4, and then of course on position 5 we have the neck pickup exactly as you would expect. So this control is not relevant really in those last 3 positions. So there we have it. The quality control seems to be really high. The guitars have come out of the box really well set up and easy to play, easy to keep in tune. Prices. This guitar is $369 and the Jazzmaster XII is $385. Neither of those are in a case, but you can see that those prices are pretty accessible. Now I've made a track which I like to think calls to mind a little bit of how Jimmy Page would have viewed these 2 guitars and how he might have used them, and I hope you enjoy it.